He...
Look, if the teacher doesn't show up in 4 minutes, we can all leave early.
That's true.
That's
exactly
true.
True.
Does that make Jackson the teacher then?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Professor Shappy.
Yeah.
That's actually really cute. Professor Sheppy, that's actually so cute.
Aww.
Mhm.
He gives
Okay,
like
tell
little
you what,
presentations on like those holographic things Marrowyn has.
Yes.
Oh.
So, can we all just call him that when he joins? He'll have no idea why. He's gonna be so confused. We'll all just be like, "Hi, Professor Sheppy."
I'm
he will
immediately
have
gonna
no
raise my
idea.
hand and go. I'm gonna raise my hand immediately and go, Professor Sheppy, can I go to the bathroom?
Immediately roll with it, though.
Oh, 100%.
We're all gonna get played.
There's like a 40% chance we call him that, and he immediately says something like, "I'm surprised you all stayed, despite the fact that I'm 15 minutes late."
He's gonna say
Please
shit like,
God.
"Okay, settle down, class. Settle down, class. It's time for today's lesson."
You say settle down, class. He'll say settle down, bottoms. We know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello,
Sorry.
Professor.
Professor Sheppy!
Professor
Welcome back, Professor Shepp.
Sheppy.
Professor Sheppy.
None of you motherfuckers better be leaving. I know it's 15 minutes past. But
I called it! I
Zev, you
called
fucking
it!
Zev, you're
Damn,
fucking
you know him
insane.
too well.
Thank
Wait,
you
hold
very
on.
much.
Okay, I guess I'll
Listen,
leave now.
it's not much of a call. I've made that joke plenty of times.
I
around you,
remembered
so-
that. That's why.
That's true. You do remember that. I am going to go.
Okay.
Or I guess Marruk is going to go.
Damn, you are lazy.
Waking up to some not so gentle nudges, I shoot up and take a look around before realizing what's going on. Once I see Marruk just standing there, I realize it's just my morning call. Oh, we didn't get a Tucker. Okay,
I forgot
Tucker.
about him.
Morning.
A yawn cuts me off, but he gets the idea as he grumbles and walks toward the bathroom. His muttering gets cut off by the slamming of a metallic door. Getting up and stretching, it still feels early, but how early I cannot say. Soon, however, Marruk comes back and ushers me into the bathroom. Washing off whatever haze was stuck to me, I quickly warm up to the idea of a new day. Leaving the confines of the foggiest room on the station, I see Marruk already in uniform and ready for his day while I still have a towel around my waist.
Tugger, can you hurry up? Doc is gonna be here any minute.
Right. Just give me a second.
Halfway through throwing on my clothes, there's a knock on the door, followed by a jovial,
Sorry, there we go. Good morning, Marrow Tucker.
Marruk rolls his eyes but ends up waiting for me to get dressed. We hurry out the door to be met with a slightly tired-looking Marrowyn.
Well done. Shall we?
Doc leads the way as we head through the halls. It turns out his hypothesis was correct, and no one is out at this time. Well, not no one. A few stray Karain make way for us, but far less than before.
Is this really necessary, Doc? I mean, waking up at the 5th mark and having you here with us?
Anything to make it easier for Tucker, you know that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Wasn't even that bad yesterday. No one even approached us.
Didn't anyone? I was so out of it yesterday that I didn't even notice.
Yes, but
The conversation continues in this manner as we pass the library, head down some barren halls, and up a short staircase until we reach the final hall. Once the door is in sight, Marruk stops us.
Alright, there. Safe and sound. I'm headed the other direction, so do you think you can make it down one hallway?
Without you? I'm not sure I'll manage.
Yeah, whatever. Doc, I'll be back at lunch if I can.
Right. Thank you, Marruk.
He simply nods without responding and heads off on his own. I don't have time to see where he goes as Doc continues toward his lab, and I deem it a good idea to follow. The same blue lights cascade around the room as Doc turns everything on for the day. After yesterday, I'm feeling more confident. Doc knows what is wrong. Well, at least some of it. And I know I just need time. It's a tenuous calm I have found, but a calm nonetheless. I noticed that yesterday's trays have been taken, and there are some new tools carefully arrayed on Doc's desk.
Hey, Morrow.
Yes, Tucker?
Did your assistants come by last night and clean up?
Ah, how very astute of you. Yes, they sanitized the lab, processed everything I documented, and brought me the tools I might need today.
That was kind of them. Well, it's their job, but still. I wonder how long that all took. We left so late last night that even Doc was tired. I hope they aren't being overworked. Worrying about Crane I've never met aside, some of those new tools Doc asked for look pretty darn grisly. All of them still wrapped in a thin sanitary layer of plastic. What did he say we were going to do today? Just more tests? We lost so much of time yesterday that I'm fairly sure we lost so much time yesterday that I'm fairly sure we'll have to do some extra work to catch up. Although Doc seems to be taking his time this morning. He's sluggishly moving between the monitors, muttering under his breath. I do wonder if anything he's found is really helpful in any way. There's no way this research could actually apply to anything he was doing before I got here. Right? I appreciate the effort and all, but he's starting from nothing here. What could he even do if I were to get sick? I guess I can't worry about that now. I just gotta hope I don't get sick anytime. From across the lab, Doc calmly shouts out to me.
Tucker, I can hear from here. What's wrong?
Oh, seriously? From the other side of the fucking... That trick is getting a bit tiring. Ah, never mind. You should call me out on that, honestly.
It's nothing, Marrowyn. I was just stressing myself out. Thank you.
His head peeks out from behind a monitor with a solemn expression. He's almost too far away, but I can see him scanning me from behind his little glasses. A caring smile tries to creep onto his face, but it's cut off by a sound from his monitor.
Ah, well, I trust you. But please, remember what we talked about yesterday.
Yeah. I'd appreciate if you could remember what we talked about. No. This is what he's talking about. Ah, damn it.
Right. Thanks, Doc.
Of course. Now, if you don't mind, could you come here?
Walking over, and I see that he has some scans of my body up on the monitor. For some reason, I feel embarrassed. Like some hidden part of me is being shown off.
Well?
Well, what?
What do you think? Pretty impressive, right?
I mean, I guess? I thought I told you I know what X-rays are, though.
Yes, you did, but still. Tell me, have you ever seen your own skeleton?
Wait, he's right. That's me. It's not some example from a textbook or a John Doe. That's me. Do my feet really have that many bones?
I guess you're right. That is impressive.
His beaming smile returns as he points out a few bones and explains to me their similarities to crane physiology. And I think he likes teaching. He seems excited to show me every little detail he's noticed. Even a small hairline fracture in my arm I had no idea I had. Well, I probably know how I got it, but still.
Now, I did have a few questions that maybe you could answer.
Oh, sure. I can try.
It's actually just one question. No one on my team had any idea what it could be. But, can you possibly explain what this is?
What is?
He zooms in and points at a bone under my pelvis. Isn't that my tailbone? Oh. How in the world am I going to explain that?
Okay. This might be hard for the neural to understand, so bear with me.
What with you?
Oh boy. This is going to be something else.
Okay, so at one point, humans did have tails, kind of, but we lost them. For some reason, I don't really know why. We also had more fur at one point too, which we also lost. Does that make it? Does that make sense?
Not in the slightest.
It was like we evolved out of it. After many generations, there was just less and less. I think. Surely you must understand a little. I mean, look at Marruk.
A stunned look crosses Doc's muzzle while he comprehends until...
I think I get it.
Whew, I'm glad Doc didn't think that was too rude.
But yes, I think our species went through a few milder changes. Although, I'm still a bit confused. Maybe you could...
Beep, beep, beep. Again with that thing. I really thought he had it on silent. Taking out his small flip phone, he quickly checks what the message is. I assume Marruk just wanted to tell him he's coming by with breakfast or something. His face, however, tells a different story.
Marrow? Did something happen?
He does not respond to me, but he does respond.
Surely he must be mistaken. I told him that.
Gently grabbing the edge of his coat, I tug at it to get his attention.
Marrowyn.
His eyes shoot down at me, listless and discouraged.
I'm sorry, Tucker. I have to go.
Wait, what? Oh, this again? Oh, he can't be serious.
Oh, well, can I come with you then?
He looks away, refusing to make eye contact with me.
Marrow?
Oh, he wouldn't. Not after yesterday. Would he?
I'm sorry, Tucker. I'm not going to the professor's office.
Wait, didn't we talk about this?
I know. I know. I'm sorry, it's not my choice. I can't.
Oh, he doesn't understand at all. Does he? I can barely even get him to look at me as he heads for the door, collecting what little he needs as he rushes out. Before he can escape, I manage to snag the end of his coat.
Doc! What am I supposed to do?
I can't believe he's just leaving me here alone again. It's not what I would expect from him.
I'm sorry.
No, never mind.
His coat pathetically flops back into place.
I get it. It's time. The professor.
Tucker,
Beep, beep, beep. As he looks back and forth between me and the door, he tries to say something. Anything. But words fail him. Defeated, he quickly heads out, barely even muttering a goodbye. The door closes. His footsteps plod down the hall, quieter and quieter with each step.
Fuck!
I can feel the whole room shake as my anger is released with a single word. He doesn't understand what's wrong at all. Are we really doing this again? Anxiety comes crawling back from the dredges of my mind. The corners of the room feel less lit, the blue haze of it all more abyssal. My own ocean to drown in. Looking around, I head back to the stool and just sit at the desk. I bat around the idea of leaving to see if I can find Marruk or Rhoun out there. But I know how futile that would be. I guess I can just wait. Again. Without breakfast. I probably shouldn't remind myself of that. Resigning to my fate, I make my way back to the examination table and lay down. It feels awfully macabre. But it's better than sitting up. I wonder why he didn't bring me with him. Is he that afraid of me seeing something I shouldn't? Or is he vainly trying to protect me? Still. I really thought today would be a step forward, but perhaps another day. Another day. Oh, did I? Oh, I fell asleep. That's probably for the best, actually. I forced myself to wake up by surveying the lab. It's still empty. Not that I expected to find an assistant hiding under a desk or anything. I'm taking a peek outside. I notice that it's fairly crowded now as a few people walk by. Once someone sees me, I slip back inside. I mean, I'd much rather be out there. But even I don't want to be around too many new Kurain right now. Maybe I can at least listen for anyone walking by and create some semblance of company. Anybody chime in?
How was your...
Yeah, we had
Do you think that... Oh, early in the morning.
We're still not anywhere close to figuring out why I can understand them. And yet, I'm so lucky to be able to. For all the struggles I've been through already. I can't imagine how bad it would be if we... I can't imagine how bad it would be if... I can't imagine how bad it would have been if I just heard them barking. Still, it feels like there's a substantial communication barrier. Maybe I'll never be able to wholly understand them, but I'm still confident. I've got such a head start after all. Well, maybe I can... Wait, what was that sound? Putting my ear to the door, I hear many sets of footsteps, but one in particular sounds different. It's a bit off from the others. It kind of sounds more like frantic running. And it's definitely coming this way. I back up from the door as it gets closer, just in case it's Doc. Although it doesn't sound like his footsteps, it sounds lighter, but also way less coordinated. I don't have to wait much longer to figure out who it is at the door, and as the door flies open and
Rhoun? What are you doing here?
Propping himself up against the door and breathing heavily, he takes a moment to gather himself. He looks exhausted. Did he run all the way here?
Hey there, bud. I.
He cuts himself off to take a deep breath.
Sorry. I ran up like 3 stories to get here.
Do you need a second? Can I get you some water?
No. I mean, no. We don't have time.
We?
Yeah. Didn't Marrowyn tell you? He had me pick you up because he's going to be busy today.
I guess Doc told Rhoun to take over for him.
He did? He didn't tell me.
I only got his message a few minutes ago. But we have to go.
Wait. Why do we have to go?
I didn't have time to finish setting up for the day. And I have to hand out assignments and I have to fix.
Okay.
Right.
He just stands there, waiting for me.
Rhoun, you have to, lead us there.
What? Oh! Right. Well, let's go, bud.
He quickly nods and turns his head out the door. Not knowing where I'm going, I head out in the crowded hallway. I suppose anywhere is better than here right now. But I don't have time to think about it as Rhoun is already speeding ahead. How is he so damn fast? He's completely given up on waiting for me and is already turning corners before I can see where he's going. Oh, he better not leave me behind. I have half a mind to turn around before I get too lost. But at this point, I think I already am. We turned left, and then right, then... No, shit. Where is he? Fortunately, I stopped in an empty hallway, but I don't see Rhoun. Oh, he forgot about me, didn't he? Peeking around the corner, I see a few crane talking, while the other way seems to be empty. Knowing Rhoun, I take the empty one. I think I catch a glimpse of him turning around another corner, although I can't be sure.
Where's that damn rabbit?
I can't believe he just forgot about me. Okay, well, it's a bit believable. I'm sure he'll remember soon enough, though. I know that when you get lost, you should probably stay where you are, but I'd really rather not bump into anyone else without one of my guardians. And peeking around the corner again, I notice Rhoun standing at the far end of the hallway, looking quite worried. About time he noticed. Well, I'm glad I followed him this far, at least. Stepping out from my hiding spot, he notices me.
Did you get lost? Sorry, I thought you were right behind me.
No, I wasn't. You ran up too fast, bud.
Sorry. Well, we really should get going. I am late after all.
White rabbit indeed.
Yeah, sure thing. Just please don't walk so fast. I almost lost you there.
Right. Of course. This way.
We continue down the hall and turn into the occupied hallway. Rhoun stays ignorant of their gazes while I try to bear it. I'd be lying if I said I was used to it, but now that I've been through this 3 or so times, the intensity is much softer. At least most of them look astounded rather than hungry. It's still no easy feat to even walk normally. My pace goes from hastened to measured to stuttered in just a few steps. I almost trip over myself at one point. I catch a glimpse of them out of the corner of my eyes. They stand as statues and dare not approach. One day I would like to converse with them, and maybe even relate to them. But I know that day may never come. And if it does, it surely isn't today. Turning the corner, I catch up with Rhoun, who was once again zoned out and started walking too fast. Looking back, I see a few of them have turned the corner to catch one last glimpse of me. It's refreshing, all things considered. Their expressions are more of curiosity and amazement now than anything. Some even hide when I look back. Maybe they aren't all so scary after all. After a few sparse halls and some grueling stairways, we find ourselves alone in front of a poorly lit hallway. The familiar grit and grime is visible once more. I guess not everywhere here is so pristine and well kept. It's still surprising after what Marruk showed me, but I guess it's all fine. Rhoun quickly runs over to a panel and starts trying keycards on the door. The door responds with a very clear buzz, and Rhoun sighs and tries another. This might take a second. The walls here are much colder than before. I hadn't noticed it, but I can see my breath as well. Taking my hand off the wall leaves an imprint that quickly fades. Damn, it's not going to be frigid all day. After hearing a different sound from the door, I look over to see that Rhoun has gotten it open and stepped inside. Is he going to invite me in, or... No, I'm not waiting for him to take the initiative. I head inside before the door decides to close and lock me out. It does indeed shut behind me, and everything goes dark for a second before my eyes adjust to the low light. It seems like another service tunnel. Looking ahead, I see Rhoun ambling his way through and decide to follow. I should probably remind him that he has company, lest he leave me for a third time.
Hey, Rhoun, where are we?
Man, I wish I had like a metal pipes falling sound effect. That would have been perfect.
Damn. Oh, I do. Don't worry, I'll add it in post for you.
Thank you. He jumps and hits his head on a pipe, causing an echo to cascade down throughout the hall. See, it'd be perfect. A small light starts flashing where he made contact with the low ceiling. I think I just added another thing to his list of things to fix.
Oh my god. Are you okay, Rhoun?
No.
He takes a moment to rub his head with his prosthetic before looking around and noticing the flashing light. There's a pause as it washes over him, and his arm responds in kind. Almost trance-like, he raises a paw to it and... Another metal pipe falling sound effect, please. Pushes it back into place. Another resounding thud is heard throughout the corridor. This time the light blinks and then stops. Return to its natural state.
Rhoun, did you just fix that with your bare hand?
What? Oh, Tucker, I forgot you were... yeah, well... sometimes the best tool is the one you have on hand, you know?
I can't help but blink a few times while staring at him. He can barely even face me in this dark corridor. Snapping out of it, I bring myself to offer a shaky response.
Yeah, I guess so.
Placated, he offers a small nod.
But we should be going. I am still really late.
Right, yeah, sure. Please don't leave me behind, though. Okay?
Leave you, but... Oh. Right. Sorry. Here, stay close to me.
He waits till I catch up to him before slowly moving forwards and leading me through the pipes and cords that make up this corridor. It's almost pitch black in here, even as the light from his arm illuminates withered wires and scratched metal. It's still frigid as well, but I'm not sure what Rhoun can do about that. If Marrowyn couldn't turn up the temperature in one room, I don't know if Rhoun could turn up the temperature in wherever we are. Although he has proven to be crafty in the past. Maybe I can ask. He's still rubbing his head where he hit. Right. That was quite the impact.
Are you alright, Rhoun? It sounded like you hit your head pretty hard back there. Do you need to stop for a second?
No, I'll be fine. Thank you. It's just a bump. I'll look at it later.
Are you sure, Rhoun? I mean, you just placed a whole pipe by accident.
Well, most of the pipes down here are due for replacement. Well, overdue, actually. So it's not that hard to break them. But it was still just a small bump. Don't worry. I'll put something on it later if it hurts too much.
That was way more than a small bump. But if he's this determined to hurry this meeting or whatever, I won't stop him. I'm going to make sure he gets some ice on that, though. Following quickly down the dark tunnel, I eventually step into a narrow and totally unfamiliar hallway. Everything is just a bit darker and a bit dingier.
Where are we, Rhoun?
We're in the main maintenance tunnels that run all over the ship, but this floor specifically is where we operate from.
Do you always have to crawl through a tunnel to get to work?
What?
Rhoun, we just crawled through a hole in the wall to get here. Do you have to do that every day just to go to work?
Oh, no. Usually I take the elevator or the main stairway. But, well, you can't really do that yet.
Oh, of course. That makes more sense.
Although, sometimes I do take a back route to get here. All of the tunnels on the station are connected, so it's pretty easy to find your way back here. Look, see this?
He points to a sign on the wall.
If you follow this, you can always find your way to the maintenance hub. We put them up ourselves after we lost too many people in the tunnels.
You lost them? As in,
He just gives me a confused expression.
like, you did find them eventually, right? They aren't dead?
Dead? No. Just a lot of new recruits got lost, and well, we had to find them. It's caused some people to switch to different poses. So we put up these signs so that wouldn't happen again. Well, so it would happen less.
Okay. That's somewhat reassuring to hear. I'd rather not run into the lost remains of an unfortunate recruits, lest I join them.
Well, thanks for letting me know about those signs, bud. I'll keep an eye out.
He quickly nods and looks back and forth before heading off in a direction, without beckoning me to follow. Oh, he's definitely a bit out of it right now, more so than usual. So I don't say anything and just follow behind. The tips of my ears have an uncomfortable chill to them, and I have to hide my hands in my pockets. There's still no other sign of life down here. I'd love to know how big this damn place is. I know Marrowyn kind of told me. Still, the endless blank hallways here feel oddly disturbing.
Hey, Rhoun,
Yeah?
how big would you say this place is? Like, I know you probably can't explain it to me literally, but in your own words, could you tell me?
Sure thing, Tucker. It's the biggest place I've ever worked at. But, mind you, I've only worked on 2 stations. And the other was on a planet, so it wasn't nearly as big. There are tons of unoccupied floors. Some entirely filled with machinery. I'd say the lower you go in the station, the fewer people there are. At least from what I've seen. But overall, the station itself is massive. It's one of the biggest in the system. Definitely the biggest self-sufficient one.
And how low are we right now?
We're about 3/4 of the way down. If you go further, it gets harder and harder to find ways down. At the bottom is the Marrowyn.
That sounds familiar for some reason.
The Marrowyn? What is that again?
Oh, right. I think I told you once, but it's the reason that we have gravity on the station. I looked into it a bit more after we talked. I think it pulls everything towards it, but otherwise, I don't know. I just know it's really big and really, really expensive. And I think there's only one of them. Anywhere, I mean. Not just here.
Ah, right, they did say that before. Well, it's interesting to know that it's at the bottom of the station. And even Rhoun's short explanation has gotten me more curious about it. There really is just so much going on at this station.
You aren't allowed down there, right? To the machines.
Well, I am allowed there, but I can't get too close. It messes with bionic prosthetics and neurals, which can get dangerous. But I fix things around it on other lower floors, yeah.
Right. You did mention that it messed up your arm.
Yeah, I couldn't use it for a day. It felt weird the whole time. One of the doctors called it phantom pain. It was there even if I took my arm off. It must have been a neural problem, not an arm problem. But I wouldn't know how to fix something like that. Anyways, I just fix things around it. Yeah, or small parts of it, like the lights or the wiring.
That still sounds incredibly impressive. Oh, speaking of...
Hey, Rhoun. Sorry, I got another question.
Yeah?
I think Marl said you were trained to do repairs on the exterior of the station. Is that true?
He almost trips over himself when I ask, taking a second to look back at me with a confused expression.
He said that? I didn't know that he knew that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that something I shouldn't have heard?
No, it's just I didn't tell Marrowyn that. At least I don't think I did.
Oh, maybe you read it on your file. You do have a file, right?
He must have.
Hmm. Do you not like people knowing that you're trained for that?
Huh? Oh no. It's just I was surprised is all. Um, I'm one of the only mechanics to be trained to do it. Mind you, most of the time engineers go outside to fix any issues. I'm usually just called just to replace paneling where if a light goes out.
I'm sure there's far more interesting than that.
Okay, maybe it is a bit more interesting. But really, I don't get to do a lot of the complicated repairs. I mainly just help out. But I have been called to do it in the past, yeah.
Is anyone else on your team trained for that kind of work? Or is it just you?
Oh, it's just me.
Are you sure?
Well, I've been trying to train my assistants. But since we don't get called out very often, we don't get access to the suits. And it's a bit hard to train someone how to work on the exterior of a space station without a spacesuit.
Okay, that's fair. And wait, your assistants? I'm sorry, did you tell me their names before?
Oh, just in passing. It's Kess and Mylo. They should be around here working today.
Oh, will I get to meet them?
I'm not so sure, Tucker. I don't think we're allowed to really introduce you to more people right now. In fact, I'm not even sure why you're with me today. Not that I don't want you here, just I wasn't expecting to have to show you around. I thought you were going to be with Dr. Sunho. I got the message while I was halfway through finishing some schedules and had to run to get you. Couldn't he have scheduled me in sooner?
No, I don't think so. He had to go and do something for Tyr today. Actually, he had to do something for Tyr yesterday too. It sounded kind of urgent. Not that I really know. And he can't be in two places at once.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Well, I do know that Chief Senno has been busy, so I imagine it's important.
Mm-hmm.
He gives me a worried look before trying to change the subject.
But it's okay that you're here. I knew I was going to have to take care of, host you in the future. So it's good to get some practice now. Although, today might be a bit hectic if that's alright. There's a lot to prepare and we only have so many paws to do it.
I have a feeling every day is hectic for Rhoun. He doesn't seem like the type of person who ever stops.
Well, you have 2 more paws to help you today if you need them.
I say, holding up my hands. He gives me a confused expression before smiling.
Oh. You don't have to do anything, Tucker. You can just stay in my office if you want to.
No. 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 No, no,
Oh,
no.
Jackson.
I don't. What?
Chat.
What?
K9 needs to pause.
No, 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 no. I don't care how polite he is being with that offer. If I find myself stuck in one room again all day, I will lose it.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking goddamn it, Dusty.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Someone called
It's
me.
okay.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna put my phone out.
For some reason,
You know,
your
in the stu-
your reply suits your PFP.
This does not happen when I'm in the studio. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. I'd rather not stay in the same place all day, if that's okay. And hey, I can help carry things, remember? You did say that would be helpful, didn't you?
Zeph, microphone. His shocked expression tells me all I need to know.
Oh, well, I was just kidding then. You don't have to do that, bud.
No, really, I want to. It'd be nice to get out and see more of the station.
Oh. Well,
Yeah?
well, most of the repairs are in the maintenance areas.
I say microphone.
So it will just
What?
be a lot of tunnels like this. If that's something you'd want to see.
Oh, of course. Well, still, it's better than any other office. No matter how cool it may be.
Yeah, that sounds great, Rhoun. I appreciate if you could just show me around.
I'd be happy to, Tucker. There's still plenty to see, even down here.
Yeah? Like what?
I don't think he was actually ready to give me an example. That, nor he noticed something else he needs to fix. His pace becomes glacial as he gets lost in thought. It's as though I can see the gears in his head turning. The lights on his arm softly glow against the cool background. I'm glad I'm not particularly claustrophobic. Otherwise, this day might be a bit more stressful than it already is. I wonder what Doc is doing right now. I'm upset he had to run off like that, but I hope Tyr isn't giving him a hard time. I can't worry about that. Not now, at least. Maybe I should...
Oh, I know. I could show you the old thrusters.
The what?
Did he finally think of something interesting he could show me?
You could show me what?
The thrusters. Or what's left of them. The station didn't just get here by itself. They had massive rockets that propelled it here. But since the station doesn't really move anymore, they took them off. Now it just makes smaller adjustments by itself.
Oh, so the station was more of a ship at one point.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. But it's a really fascinating part of the ship. Lots of unused mechanical parts and interlocking systems. It's all very interesting.
He's positively beaming right now. I guess this is his element after all. But it doesn't sound like the most interesting thing to visit. Isn't this the guy who sneaks into the pools when he isn't supposed to? And he wants to show me an empty room with broken machinery? Actually, that sounds about right for him. Maybe I can persuade him to find something more interesting later. But hey, it's something.
That sounds great, Rhoun. If we have time, I'd love to see it.
He quickly smiles and nods, then we start moving again. The cold is really getting to me now. Seeing as he's not even wearing a long-sleeve shirt, I can't imagine that it's a mutual feeling. I'll have to see if he has something in his office. Speaking of, actually, I wonder how he got his own office. I don't doubt his technical prowess, but he does seem to hold an impressive position for someone of his disposition. I mean, even Tyr complimented his skills.
Hey, Rhoun.
Yeah?
Can I ask how you got your position?
What do you mean, bud?
Like, as the director of maintenance.
Oh. Well, I originally worked on EO until a position opened up, which I applied for right away. It was my first time in space, so that was nice. From there, I kept working until a position here was available, and, well, once the director position was open, I was voted into it. I was also one of the only high-ranking crewmates, available. I don't want to say I fell into it, but it was very sudden.
That's still great, bud. Even though I know it came with a lot of scheduling for you.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I miss just fixing things. But I'm grateful for the position.
No, it sounds nice. Well, thanks for telling me.
No problem. Oh, this way, please.
Following down a seemingly identical corridor, I notice another one of those signs on the wall. I guess he wasn't kidding. They are everywhere. If you can spot them behind all the wires. Coming to a tangle, he stops for a second to check them for something, and quickly takes some notes on his monitor. I can see now why he must always be so late to everything. He's doing the same thing he did when he was trying to... He's doing the same thing he did when we were trying to get to the library. I'd remind him we have a meeting to get to, but I think he's stressed out enough as is. That being said, I have noticed his tail has been decently active this morning. I wonder if he really enjoys his work that much. I want to ask him about how he got into doing repair work, but I hold my tongue now that we're approaching a large door. Rhoun doesn't stop for a second, leaning over a monitor to input some commands. Standing around, I note the lights on the door seem to be corresponding to what he's doing. I'd ask him exactly what that is, if he wasn't so caught up in it. After a bit more typing, I jump as the door starts to slide open, mist billowing in through its gaping maw. There's a welcome warmth as it condescends around my ankles. Rhoun looks up and hurries through, only stopping to turn around and beckon me onward. I wonder how many security measures and bulwarks he has to go through daily just to get to his office. I know he said he normally takes the elevator, but this seems a bit ridiculous. I'm walking through the dense air. I can see where it's coming from. Machines dripping wet, water rolling down the metallic bodies. While the humidity is a bit much, at least they keep me warm. We must be close now as Rhoun has started walking off again. Catching up to him, I see that he is reading something on his monitor and muttering under his breath. With all these damn cables on the ground, I'm worried that he's going to trip. Maybe I can take his mind off whatever it is he's reading.
You okay, Rhoun? You look kind of distracted.
He stops, and I have to walk back a pace to stand next to him. I guess he was really out of it.
What? Sorry, Tucker. What was that?
Are you okay? We've been walking for a while now and you haven't said anything.
I was going nonverbal. Right, I'm fine. Sorry. I was just trying to finish everyone's schedules for the day. Kess just messaged me and told me that everyone is they're already waiting for me. Which is good, of course. But it does mean that I need to finish these before we get there, and well, we're almost there.
Oh, do you want to stop and finish them then? I can wait.
No, it's okay. We should just go on ahead. I'd rather just assign what I have for the day and not keep them waiting.
Right. Of course.
He nods and takes one last look at me before heading back down the hallway. He wasn't wrong about how far we were as we approached one presumably final door. Finding the right keycard much faster this time, he swipes us into another hallway. Walking down a bit, I can start to hear noises, and not the thrumming of pipes that I've become so accustomed to. It sounds like voices, and a decent amount of them at that. He opens one final door, then we arrive at a fairly large central room, where we seem to be on the top floor. Quickly looking down, I can see a crowd of a few Karain just mingling and waiting. Some herders come in, looking up and pointing. Pod lands on my back and gently guides me into a dark room until I hear a light switch behind me. Oh. Yeah. This is exactly what I imagined his office would look like. How does he manage to get any work done in here? Does he even work here? Or is it just where he keeps his stuff? After seeing what Doc's office looks like, I can't help but feel a little bad. But maybe he doesn't need as much room. Oh, this was a typo from the Patreon version. This is Tucker.
Wow, Rhoun. Is this whole room yours?
I try my best to sound genuinely amazed.
Yeah. I get to work on whatever personal work I want to in here. When I have the time. But it's great, because I'm allowed to keep whatever broken parts I repair and see if I can do anything interesting with them.
Oh. They just let you keep anything you replace?
Well, no one's told me otherwise.
What? Well, I won't tell anyone.
Now, do you mind staying here for a bit, Tucker? I have to go and hand out the morning assignments.
Will you come back for me?
Of course. I'm just not sure it's the best idea for you to walk down in front of all of them. I mean, I can't really remember if you're supposed to do that. I know Doc said something about it.
I don't think it was stated that I shouldn't be seen by anyone, just large crowds. And Rhoun said his crew was what? 13, maybe 14 people? Then again, there's no way to know how they'll react. But if I'm ever going to get used to seeing them, and get them used to seeing me, I have to start somewhere.
Hey, Rhoun.
I really need to hurry, Tucker. What is it?
I was just wondering, can I come with you? To hand out the assignments?
You want to what?
I want to go down there and meet everyone.
He stops rearranging things on his desk and looks back at me, with his jaw completely agape.
Are you sure? I mean, well,
I just think it would be good to maybe meet some other Karain. Warren had the idea to slowly show me off to more people. And this seemed like a good time to do that.
Oh no, he's gone nonverbal again. I think he's shut off, or he's trying to find a good way to tell me no. Either way, it does not seem like he expected me to ask that at all.
I'm not so sure I can do that. Didn't the captain say to keep you out of sight?
I don't know. I can't read the instructions she gave us. You tell me.
Got him. Oh, he must be really busy if he didn't read the captain's message. I don't feel good taking advantage of him like this, but I see no real harm in meeting his crew. Or at least seeing what they look like. All I've seen so far are scientists and doctors, most of whom look ready to dissect me more than anything.
If you're really nervous, you don't have to. But I would like to.
Some intangible thoughts start behind his eyes as he looks around for an excuse. One that I know he cannot find. For it is in the pages of a document he has yet to read.
I guess?
Yeah? If it's okay with you. You said your crew was fairly small, so I thought it might be easier.
I haven't asked Dr. Marrowyn about what you said. But if that's what he thinks and you're okay with it, then that's fine. But we have to go now. I'm late enough as it is.
Pausing for the half there. Quick bio break / food / water, 5 minutes.
5 minutes. I want it now.
I want it now. I just got my sleeping tablets in me anyway.
Okay, I'm well, I guess it's on Rhoun's mark.
Okay. But we have to go now. I'm late enough as it is.
Right. I appreciate it.
I nod and he quickly gathers himself. Being able to take in the room again, I can see just how massive it is. It must be at least 5 stories tall and just filled with extra parts and cabling. I'm sure they use the service elevator to get everywhere. But what about moving all these parts? Rhoun surely can't do that on his own. Can he? Although after watching him fix that pipe, I can't be too certain. Looking down, I see that the congregation is headed over to a small open area where they are all waiting in front of a stage of some kind. Taking a small open elevator down, I'm hurried over by Rhoun, who seems to be nervously switching between checking something on his monitor and looking at me with a worried expression. You know what? Pausing a second, I'm gonna switch versions real quick.
Oh, okay. You're all good.
As we get closer, the mumbling gets louder and louder as I can start to make out the members of Rhoun's crew. They all seem to be wearing a similar uniform to him, although there's a lot of variation in the design. Some of them have prosthetics. Do they have neurals, though? Probably not. Doc kind of suggested they're not normally needed. Setting out from behind the tangle of wires and pillars, the first heads start to turn. I watch as it looks towards Rhoun, and then snaps towards me. It only takes one gasp for everyone to be notified of my presence. Maybe this was a mistake. They're always so much bigger up close. I try to stay close to Rhoun as possible as he heads up onto a small stage and quickly opens up a projection to finalize some things.
Wow.
Sorry for being late.
Random voices, go.
Is that it? Oh, by the filament, it's real.
I thought it was a joke.
Is it watching us?
So, today we have...
When he told us he saw it, I thought he was kidding. It's totally looking at us.
Totally
Look.
looking at us. Look.
The fucking silences.
No.
I wanted to test the lights in the hangar bay, so...
I've got to tell the others about this.
Did you hear how they found it? I heard.
Poor Rhoun can't get a word in over all of them talking. I really hope this isn't how his morning meetings always go.
And, maybe we...
Is it dangerous? I only read half of the report.
Of course it's dangerous. It's an alien. I mean...
Zeb, this is you.
Quiet! If Director Turan is speaking, then why in the void do I hear other fucking voices?
A voice booms out from the back of the crowd, and everyone quickly snaps to attention. Rhoun, however, seems to be too out of it to have noticed. And all eyes are still on me. But as Rhoun starts listing off names and assignments, they start to pay attention. Slowly, the crane disperse. They all take a few last looks at me before disappearing into disparate tunnels and elevators. Some look like they want to stay and ask questions, but are pulled away by their partners and begrudgingly leave. The room is silent once again. He takes a moment to close everything and turn off the monitor. His metal hand reaches out just in front of his face. Fingers slowly curl and open, a perfect facsimile of flesh. Is there something wrong? Does he need to go get his replacement?
Rhoun?
His ear twitches. He heard me, whether he wanted to or not. I don't know. I think I might have pushed things too far.
Do you need help, bud?
Finally, he acknowledges my presence.
No.
Well, that's good. Not knowing what else to do, I simply wait for him to snap out of whatever trance he's found himself in. After curling his hand into a fist, he breathes out a heavy sigh and turns to me.
I'm sorry, Tucker. They're usually better than that. I should have given them a warning that you were coming.
No, it's my fault. I shouldn't have pushed you like that.
He still looks upset. Or is that how he normally looks? Oh, damn it.
Are you okay, bud? Should we go? Fix something?
Oh, God, that sounds dumb. Is that really all I know about him? That he likes fixing things? He looks around quickly before meeting my eyes.
Yeah. I was on that schedule too. Let's go back to my office. I have some things to pick up.
I nod and he silently leads the way back to the elevator. Taking a longer look around the room, I notice it seems to have smaller offices and areas for the rest of the crew. I guess this is more of the hub for maintenance than anything. Rhoun heads inside his office as I take the opportunity to lean against the railing and take a moment for myself. Looking up, I notice the true scale of the room as I can't even see the ceiling. It's either too dark or it's obscured by the rain of cables descending like vines. It looks like a tangled mess. I can't imagine how any of it works, but I'm sure it all does. Wonder where all of his crew had to go. I can only understand some of the assignments. Just how far do they have to go to fix a light in this place? The door gently creaks open behind me, and I turn to see Rhoun's muzzle gently peeking out from inside.
You know you can come in, right?
Oh, sorry. I thought you just needed to pick some things up.
I do, but it will take a minute.
Stepping inside, I see his pile of bits and bobs on the desk. I think one of them looks like a fuse. But I barely know what a fuse looks like back on Earth, so really, who knows? Maybe it's candy. After gently moving something that is either scrap metal or extremely important aside, I take a seat on one of the stools and watch him work. Despite the mess, I think he knows where everything is. He certainly has a better idea of where things are in his office than Marrowyn did. Somehow. Although he's far less gentle as I watch pieces of metal fall to the floor and unneeded tools get flung to the other side of the room.
So, what are you fixing today?
Uh-huh.
Do you get to fix anything cool today, bud?
Oh, not really. I'm running the usual checks on some breakers. Checking some lights in the maintenance hall. Seeing if pipe pressure on the 17th floor is okay. Maybe replacing...
He goes on and on with his personal list of tasks that seemingly need to get done today. It doesn't sound like he gave out that much for his coworkers this morning, but maybe they had to do harder jobs. I wouldn't know.
You want to pack a bag for me to carry? You said I could help, right?
I did, didn't I?
A small smile creeps onto his face as he turns to face me before looking around the room, presumably for a bag. I think I did stress him out this morning with my impromptu request, on top of being late for his work already. But I'm glad to see that it might not bring us down his whole day. Walking over to the wall, he pulls a small satchel off a hook before turning it over and emptying the contents onto the table next to him.
Oh, I was wondering where that went.
Okay, maybe he's not actually that organized. Still, it's impressive he's found what he's needed so far. Returning, he holds out the bag for me.
I know you already have a bag, but maybe this would be better? You can keep it too. If you want.
Gently taking the bag from him, it seems to be made from some synthetic material. But it still seems well made. Emblazoned on the flap is a logo that looks suspiciously like the logo on Marruk's jacket.
Really? Thanks, Rhoun.
Standing up to try it on, I realize the length of the strap is far too long.
Oh, let me help you with that.
Letting him take the lead, I stand with my arms apart as he gently takes the strap and starts to adjust it for me. His dexterous fingers loop and latch the strap through various locks before tightening it into a more reasonable length. Standing back to admire his work, I tug it a few times and give him a thumbs up for a job well done. I'm not sure if Karain know what a thumbs up are, but he just smiles and nods. Picking up the bag again, I turn it over a few times to inspect it more thoroughly.
Hey, Rhoun. What's this here on the front?
Oh, that's the Star of Arain.
Star? Doesn't the star have a different name?
Yeah. Well, no. That's just the flag of Arain. It represents Leo, Rhoun, and Reich. Did Dr. Sinnoh tell you any of this?
He told me about the planets, but not about the government.
Well, I don't know if he wants to tell you about it, but it just represents the system as a whole. The occupied system, at least.
Okay. Thanks.
I'll have to ask Marrow about that some other time. Rhoun finishes liberally shoving things into his bag as he scours the room for anything else that he may need before we head out for the day. He hands me a few random tools to put into my bag as well. Whether he actually will need them or not is a different story. As he slings the loudest bag in the world over his shoulder, he turns to me one last time.
Are you ready, Tucker? We have to head up a few floors to get to the first fix.
Hopping off my stool, I nod and he heads to the door, opening it for both of us. A cool breeze washes over me, and I stutter.
Hey, Rhoun, wait.
Yeah?
It might be a bit late to ask, but do you have an extra jacket I could wear? It's really cold down here.
Oh. Right. I'd give you mine, but, well, I think you need sleeves.
He takes a second to look around the room, seeing if he can materialize a jacket beneath any piles of scrap and junk, before walking back to the door, still lost in thought.
It's okay if you don't have one. It just might be a bit rough for me.
He can't hear me. He's gone nonverbal again. He turns around and looks at something outside before exclaiming,
"Oh!"
and walking off. I've learned well enough not to wait for him, closing the door to his office on my way out. Fortunately, he hasn't gone down the elevator yet, and I can hop on as the gate closes. We ride down in silence until the gates reopen and he heads off into one of the smaller adjacent rooms. After hearing him knock something over and dig through some lockers, he comes back out with a jacket.
Whoa! Did you just have extras?
I forgot that we had a few just in case someone loses theirs. It might be a bit big. Even though I think this is the smallest size.
Rhoun, this is perfect.
Taking the jacket, I quickly slip it on, noting that while it's not insulated, it is padded. It's also maybe 2 sizes too big, but I can at least roll up the sleeves so they fit a bit better. Oh boy, and I'm wearing my intern shirt today too. I guess I really look the part now.
Thank you so much. It'll be much better with this.
Are you sure? It's not very warm and
Rhoun, really? This is enough.
He smiles again, and I can see a small tail wag behind him as he turns and gestures to me to follow. He's right. It isn't very warm, but anything helps. It drapes below my waist, and even rolled up, the sleeves are comically large. The padding meant to protect my elbows reaches down to my forearms. The collar feels heavy. At least the pockets are nice and spacious.
I know you listed it off earlier, but I was curious. What's up first today?
First, we should probably check some circuit breakers. It's not hard, and it will help later if we have to change any lights in the maintenance tunnels. But I'm sorry.
What? Why?
It's not really that interesting. Anything being done here. At least not today. I'm sure hanging out with Dr. Senna would have been much more interesting.
No, Rhoun. This is great. I mean, look at this place.
I spin as I gesture to the room, in all of its brutalist marvel. The cable's a chandelier to my dance.
Honestly, this is a fantastic break from his office, too. I mean, have you ever seen it?
No. Why? Is it messy?
Yes.
He looks surprised, and I just hope he never has to go in for a physical. As we come to one of the many tunnels, he flicks some switches on the wall and lights start to flash on, slowly leading us onward. That is one long and dark hallway. To say it's not horrifying in some way would be a flat-out lie. Grabbing my shoulder to stop the memories, I notice Rhoun taking a determined step forward into the pale light. God damn it. I'm going to develop claustrophobia at this rate. They could at least install LED lights. It doesn't have to be so damn dark. Oh, whatever. I should catch up before Rhoun gets lost or something. As we wade through the doldrum of the thinly lit veins of the station, I find a certain calm to it. It is dark, yes, but it is alive. As a cave were. Rhoun wordlessly leads like he's lived here his whole life. There's no hesitation in his steps. He knows the way. A map internalized long ago, played out 1,000 times in his head. Every turn an old friend. Every destination a fond memory. But who am I to say? It all looks the same to me. We took a service elevator up a few floors, and apparently this is the furthest up in the station I've ever been. But we've still yet to reach our goal. He's since gone silent as well, just muttering something under his breath as we trudge forwards. The pale light acts now more as a web holding us back than inviting us in. The pale light acts now more as a web holding us back than inviting us in to drown. I wonder how different this place is on a floor-to-floor basis. Even here, behind the walls. Taking us through a few more bulkheads and up a ladder, Rhoun finally starts to slow down. He comes to a corner, looks both ways, and turns to me.
How have you been doing, Tucker? Sorry, I know it's a lot of walking.
Oh, it's fine. Are we close to the, fuse box? Or whatever it was?
Yeah, it's just around the corner. I just wanted to see if you were okay.
Oh, don't worry about that. That's like the one thing humans were made to do. I'm pretty sure that's how we managed as a species, actually.
Yeah. Well, if it is too much, let me know. I tend to need a break after a while here. Or a nap.
All right. Will do, Rhoun.
He gives me a nervous nod and gestures around the corner. Coming to a fairly large intersection, for down here at least, I see a few panels on the wall with various bits of Korean text scrawled all over them. Opening one up, Rhoun flips off some switches before inspecting some of the fuses, which do indeed look like candy. After his initial inspection, he flicks some of the broken ones onto the... word salad.
Humst?
What?
After his initial inspection, he flicks some of the broken ones into his bag before scrounging around for a small box that rattles as he lifts it. Inside are more brightly colored pieces that he eyes up for a proper replacement. Picking out the right one, he goes to replace it before faltering, as he notices me standing but a foot away. He takes but a moment to think before asking.
Hey, bud. Do you want to fix this?
Me?
Yeah. It's really simple. If you want to, of course. It's not dangerous, I promise. There's no electricity running through it right now.
Looking back and forth between him and the box, I shrug and take a step forward, taking the little piece from his open paw.
Okay, so you want to put that into the slot 25. And make sure the little arrow is pointing up.
Where is 25?
Here.
Reaching past me, he points to an empty slot next to some of the colored fuses.
And which way up? This little arrow?
Yeah, just like that.
Okay. It makes a satisfying click as I slot it in. Backing up to inspect my work, Rhoun leans in to see if everything is in place.
It looks good, bud. Let's see if that was the right one.
He flips some of the switches off to the side of the box and... nothing happens.
That's... good, right? No smoke or anything?
What? Oh, yeah. No, that's it. Good job. Sorry, I was checking to see if there's any other needs to be replaced.
What was this for, anyways?
I think it was for the lights in someone's office. The results can sometimes be as boring as the repairs.
You gotta start somewhere. Right?
Yeah. Good job, though. You know, my first fuse went in backwards.
Stowing the box, he heads off towards the next destination. Although, maybe I should ask him about where we were headed. Last walk did get a bit droll.
Hey, Rhoun. I know you said the repairs today will be pretty basic. But maybe there are places to see on the way?
What do you mean?
Well, like... like the maintenance area. Just something besides these tunnels.
He looks around the tunnels and at one of the signs on the wall.
We weren't going to really, see anything. We need to take the tunnels to get to everything today. Maybe if we have some time later, I could try to take you to that engine room I was telling you about. But it's not really in the right direction.
Right, he did tell me about that. All right, well, maybe nothing for today. I'm just being greedy at this point.
No, it's okay. Maybe some other time, yeah?
It takes some effort to hide my disappointment. Coming to another intersection, I wave Rhoun down as I've officially decided it's break time. With something down, I stare at the lights. Just how many days are spent fixing these alone? Rhoun entertains himself by checking another fuse box and some of the cables in the room before coming to rest next to me. He starts digging through his bag and pulls out a little box which he pops open to reveal lunch. Or at least a timely snack. A treat. He starts unwrapping something in foil before turning to me with eyes wide open.
Oh no! I didn't get anything for you.
What? Oh, it's fine, Rhoun. You weren't expecting me today. I wasn't expecting to be here today.
Yeah, but still, let me check.
He empties a bundle of wrapped portions out of the box. I noticed some of these bread wafer things that messed me up before. Nothing else looks familiar.
I'm sorry, Tucker. I don't think any of this is good for you.
It's okay, Rhoun. Maybe I can get something later. Can I have some water, though? Did you bring a bottle, or...?
No, I brought my thermos and so...
Reaching back into his bag, he pulls out a thermos before taking the lid off and sniffing the contents.
Oh, well, that's lucky. Here, you had this before, yeah?
Smelling the contents, it seems to be the right thing. Pouring some into the cup, it looks the same too.
Well, thanks, Rhoun. I'm pretty lucky indeed.
He watches me with a nervous smile as I take my first sip. Fortunately, it's just good soup.
Oh my god.
I offer a gratuitous nod and he cautiously goes back to his own lunch. Holding the warm cup in my hands is worth the meal alone.
Do you normally eat like this?
Oh, god damn it.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. I mean, when you're out working?
Yeah? Why?
What if I wasn't here? Would you be alone?
Sometimes. Usually, yeah. Sometimes I have someone helping me, or bump into someone and just decide to stop.
But not often?
No.
Does it get lonely?
Does it what?
Sorry, I mean... Do you like being alone? Just out here, working or resting?
I'd say I do. For a while. I enjoy it when my crew is helping me, but they can't always be around. There's too much to do. Especially since... It does get lonely, Tucker. But that doesn't stop me.
Alright. I'm sorry for asking.
No, don't be. I understand why you might think that. I know the impression I've made on people is that I can be a bit... hard to reach.
Tyr certainly thinks so.
He does?
Oh shit! That might have been said behind closed doors.
Well, he might have said something. It was a while ago now. When I first got here.
Oh. Maybe I should see what I can do about. Well, maybe not. If he needs our help, he'd ask for it.
Does he not usually ask for help?
Depends on what he wants. I think everything he's working on is a bit too advanced for us. Usually he asks us to do remedial work. Otherwise, he sticks to asking engineering for help. I mean, I only recently heard a bit about whatever he is working on. And it explains why my team has spent so long checking all the main power fuses and doing structural integrity checks.
You think he was preparing for whatever his test was?
It would make sense. It might not be able to help directly with what he was doing, but we can easily sit back and we can easily set up the back end of it all. And we had a lot of requests from his department before you got here.
So Tyr's experiment takes a lot of the station's resources. I think Marrowyn said something about it taking out the station's power for a while, too.
What do you think it was?
Huh?
The test. Do you have any ideas on what it could have been?
Rhoun takes a second to ponder the thoughts as he takes another bite of his burger. Certainly he must have some idea, right?
I think he was testing some kind of new generator.
What? That's such a solid answer.
Really? How can you know?
Well, I don't know. It's just a guess. But I don't know why he would test a new one. We have the best generator in the system already.
We do?
Yeah. The Marrowyn.
Wait, what? I thought you said that's how the station has gravity.
It is. It generates energy from gravitational force. I think. Did I not say that earlier? Sorry, I was only able to find out so much. Even if I was told more, I doubt I'd understand it. I knew it was part of the engine system, but I didn't realize that it generated about 90% of the station's power.
So wait, why do you think the chief would be testing a new engine then?
Well, I think I said this before, but there's only one Marrowyn. At all. I don't know why, but only this station has one. And his department demands a lot of power systems integrity checks to make sure the station could handle heavier surges. Of course, that didn't work so well. But what else would need that much power to start up? It could really be anything, though. Yeah.
We both sit in silence, trying to digest all the information laid out before us. And our lunch. If he was testing a new engine, why all the secrecy? I guess any new invention warrants a bit of care, to make sure nothing gets stolen or sabotaged. I'm sure I'll find out soon enough. I'm drawn out of my post-lunch stupor as Rhoun stands up and dusts himself off a bit before stretching out his back.
Hey, Tucker. I need to get back to work. Do you want to stay here? I could leave my bag and you could finish lunch. I just have to go fix something a few floors down.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'll come with you. I can eat and walk.
Well, you might not be able to come with me.
Excuse me?
It's just that. You'll see.
With that cryptic excuse out of the way, he packs up and double checks which direction we were supposed to be heading. Does he have to go outside to fix something? I guess that would go against the rule of exposing me to large crowds. A rule I may have broken this morning. That was just his crew. Maybe this is different. Somehow. Rhoun seems awfully quiet as he just plods along, stopping every few yards to inspect pressure gauges and errant dripping pipes. I may not know better, but some parts of this place really look like they're about to fall apart. I know Marrowyn said they built it better than the last one, but I doubt he's ever been back here. Still, Rhoun never seems worried, so everything must be okay. After descending some ladders and even more cord-dense hallways, we come to a small hatch jutting out from the wall.
Okay, here it is.
You were worried about this? It's not that much worse than before. Why did you think I couldn't come down here?
It's not the hatch I have to fix, but it's behind it.
He pulls a lever and the hatch opens just an inch, causing me to hop back a bit. As the hatch opens more, I can see inside. Or rather, I can't, as it's a pitch-black tunnel leading down.
I don't understand. What's down there?
What did I have to fix? Since there was tripped and it seems something isn't working right. I have to go down there and check. I don't think you should come, though. It can get tight.
Wait, you have to crawl through there?
Yeah.
I stand flabbergasted as he simply pulls out his tools from his bag and takes off his jacket.
You'll be okay staying here, alright? I don't want to leave, but I also I wasn't expecting you today, and I was scheduled to fix this, and...
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Are you really gonna crawl down there? That seems horrible.
Yeah. But I've done it before. It shouldn't take too long. You'll be okay here, right?
Looking around the dark corridor, I feel as though, for the first time since being here, that a monster might jump out and get me. Well, second. Maybe third, actually. Okay, I'm not helping myself here. Turning to Rhoun, I give him a faint nod that he sheepishly twins.
This should stay open for about a mark. But if it starts to close, let it. You might hurt yourself otherwise. And please don't come after me. You'd get lost without the light.
Okay. No trying to stop the big machine and no following you. Anything else?
He quickly looks me up and down before his eyes jolt around the room, trying to find something. They refocus on me before he shakes it off and looks away.
No. After this, I promise everything is easier today. You can, look through my bag if you want, or, nap? Okay, bye?
Good luck.
I offer a small wave as he starts to climb down the extremely dark descent. After a few seconds, all I can see is a faint blue glow, and then nothing. I'm convinced that this station was built by psychopaths. I know it was built to be utilitarian, but this is too much. Well, he said it wouldn't take too long. I should try to entertain myself. Picking up my bag, I check out what he decided to pack for me. It kind of just looks like a bunch of screwdrivers and a weird wrench. Maybe a gauge of some kind. I probably should have just asked while he was still here. Grabbing his bag and jacket, I set them up nicely against the wall for when he gets back. Might as well help what little I can. I guess I could always... A rogue sound snaps my head down one of the hallways. It was nothing. Surely. Just the creaking of a pipe. Straining my eyes to see what I can turns out to be pointless. The hallway ends in a turn, and I think it came from around the corner. Or right behind me. Who's to say down here? Sounds seem to echo through these halls as blood through veins. Fast and with purpose. Every click or hiss bounces off uneven surfaces and scuffed walls, barreling towards their next destination. All distorted by the ever-present haze of darkness into sounds made by beings of pure terror. I know that to most on this station, I'm the most alien theme possible. But for me, being down here alone, I'm wondering if I should have brought a flamethrower. Just how did Ripley do it? I need to distract myself. After I gently set Rhoun's jacket aside, I pick up his bag and sit down with it. It's just as unorganized as I imagined it would be. He's got his mostly empty lunchbox, way too many tools to count, some kind of device that just beeps when I press the buttons, and... bingo! The fuse box. Opening it up reveals all of the differently colored little fuses. I wonder if these would work back on Earth. Maybe I could ask Rhoun. Another sound. It's closer. No, that can't be it. Yeah, it's dark and I'm imagining things. Surely. There's no need to panic about being alone in the bowels of a spaceship. An alien spaceship. Tuning out the thoughts in my head, I close my eyes and try to listen for even the faintest of rogue sounds. I try to drown out everything that sounds normal and just listen for what doesn't belong. Which isn't easy when I have no idea if the sounds I'm hearing belong to begin with. No, focus. I hear my breath. The sound of air faintly whistling. Something traveling through the pipes behind me. A small electrical buzz. And something else. Oh, fuck. Please tell me I'm alone down here. Please let that be Rhoun. Nervously whipping my head back and forth towards each end of the hallway. Each shadow is twisted into some cruel shade as the seconds drag onwards. I hadn't noticed it until now, but my heart rate has spiked. I sit sequestered away between some of the machinery and cords jutting out of the wall. Becoming as small as I can, I remain quiet, just listening for whatever that sound may be. And if it gets closer. My breath gets in the way of listening as it becomes sharp and uneven. Oh God. Am I freaking out? Of course I am. What kind of question is that? Every time I turn my head away from one of the end of the tunnel, I'm sure something materializes just out of view. just on the edge of my vision. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's that sound again. Quickly, I look down and snag one of the tools from Rhoun's bag to arm myself. But in a stunning display of not learning from my past actions, I end up toppling the poorly balanced bag onto the floor in a loud, clattering bang.
You've gotta be fucking...
I think it's picked up speed. And I'm not crazy. It is getting louder. Yet, due to the echoing nature of the halls, I can't tell which way it's coming from. Jolting upright, I bang into one of the pipes, creating an equally terrifying noise. I stand parallel to the walls, flicking my eyes from left to right, trying to get a jump on what's coming, if it's anything at all. I hear the sound of me banging into the pipe fade out as it cascades further away. Now, it is returned in kind by a sound from my left. Okay. I know something is coming. What can I do? I could... run? But where? Oh! The signs! I could try to get back to the maintenance hub. But then I don't have time to run, do I? This is it. It's breaching the corner now. I can hear it. Preparing myself for the worst, I turn to face it with a wrench brandished as a weapon. What's taking it so long? Why isn't it... The pipe next to me creaks and groans, as the sound I had heard so many times flies by me at incredible speed. What? Was it the pipes? Is it just rushing fluids?
Damn it.
Slumping against the wall, I wipe my brow and try to regain control of my breath. It's still ragged, but it's slowing down. Looking at the pipe in the dim light, I can see that it gently rattles and shakes as more of whatever it is flushed through it. Oh man, how can anyone work down here? It's unbelievable that this is normal. I start to nod forwards. I think I might have overexerted myself. I think I need to lie down. It's cold. Bearing nothingness pervades this dark place. How lonely it is. The waves neither cradle nor thrash. They simply wait. I feel it, though. That horrendous roar of the Titans. They do not know what determination is. How insular they are. Dawn should have broken this tenuous silence. It never comes. The day is still. There is no sunrise. A new event is on the horizon. One of black light and a singular focus. A host of herons flies overhead, only to be lost to the void. Wings beat no more. How grand they must think they are. It is calling. At singular point in a sea of darkness. Reach out, and surely you will. Beep, beep, beep.
What was that?
Ugh. Did I fall asleep? And what was that? Shit, the door! I see it started to close and I scramble up. I know Rhoun told me not to try and stop it, but I don't remember what he told me to do if it closed. I don't risk putting my hands anywhere near the hatch, but I spot the lever he used to open it and try to pull it. What? It won't budge. Don't tell me that only he can open it with that arm of his. Giving myself more leverage, now pushing against the wall, I try again with all my strength, but it doesn't budge an inch. Oh, damn it! My kingdom for some WD-40. He must have done something beforehand to... Shit. Well... Fuck, now what? Scratching my head, I look around and see everything else where I left it. No Rhoun, though. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it! Okay, let me think. I think he said he could get out. I mean, why would they design a death trap like that otherwise, right? Surely... Well, I can't do anything about it. Maybe I could head back to the hub after all? No. That's dumb. I should just stay put. It's not like I could get any creepier, right? Okay, this sucks. It's been over a mark and I haven't heard hide nor tail of Rhoun. Not even an impish knocking coming from the inside of the hatch. He must be taking the long way around. Whatever that implies. He could just be taking his time for all I know. He's a busy guy and... a distant sound draws my attention. Oh, this again. Maybe it runs every mark or so. I'll just let it pass this time. Maybe he fell asleep? Honestly, that's pretty likely. Knowing him, he finished something down there in that abyssal corridor and just had a little nap. Or a long one. I doubt he would forget about me. Well, he'd remember me eventually. I hope. But it really could just be because he had to do more down there than he thought. Maybe... that sounded... different. Maybe one of the pipes is just rattling more than before. I feel I almost dislodged one earlier, so it makes sense that... oh no. This is something different. It could be Rhoun, right? Maybe he's finally coming back? Trying to focus on just listening, I think I can start to hear something more specific. This is... not Zev's character.
Yes, this is me. All right.
Nervous but dog brain, yes.
Jin, wait.
Zev, this is you.
What, you?
It could still be Rhoun. It's hard to tell from this distance. If it's just some random crane, I don't know what to do. I think I might scare them half to death just by being here. Looking around, I managed to hide in between some of the machinery and pipes in the wall. Maybe they'll just pass by. Oh no. Oh no. No, no. I just realized I'm not Ripley. I'm the xenomorph.
Okay, that's the best joke ever.
There's no time to contemplate the there's no time. There's no time to contemplate the implications of that. No time at all. As the sound of footsteps gets closer. The sounds of two pairs, in fact. Oh, please don't come this way.
You think Cap?
Now, who's to say?
Maybe we could...
Really? It's not much further now.
It's just so dark down here.
Yeah? And?
Well, why does he always send us to the scariest parts of the ship?
Sends me to them. You just tend to follow.
The voices become crystal clear in the almost silent hallway. And they're certainly coming this way. I noticed in my panic that I left Rhoun's bag out in the hallway. We'll find that for sure. I duck out from my hiding spot to try and nab it in time.
It's fine. Can you just check around the corner for the pressure release?
Yeah, sure thing.
Scrambling to collect everything, I managed to get it all, and I'm ready to dash back into cover. Until I see a light flooding over me from behind. Oh, shit.
What? Hello?
Shit.
Hello? Are you lost?
I hear them getting closer to me, inching forwards on timid footfalls. All right. I filmed this once before. Maybe I can make a better impression this time. Gently putting Rhoun's gear down, I slowly turn to the crane behind me.
Oh.
He looks a bit like a hyena, but far more disarming. His short nature helps him in that regard, I suppose. He seems kind of... Okay. That sounds about right. He drops his flashlight and keeps screaming at me, backing up slightly as he scrambles for logic in this dark tunnel.
Please, calm down. I'm just here with...
Mylo! What's wrong?
Oh, damn it, right. There were two of them. A tall and slender figure rushes in from behind them, looking over their shoulder at their partner.
What? What is it?
They need not be informed as they simply look over to see me. Not without fear, but they manage to keep it together as they take in the situation.
What in the void?
This new crane is almost stunning with their white fur and wolf-like appearance. Even in this dim light, I can see how thick and downy it must be. It's a bit hard to focus, though, with their partner just screaming, and I think they notice that too.
Mylo? Ah! Mylo!
What? Kess? Don't you see the monster?
I don't think that's a monster, What
do you mean? Look! That's Cap's jacket! Do you think it ate him?
No, I don't think it ate Cap, Did you read the project report they sent out? Cap said he was looking after... something. I just didn't expect it to be... this. That's why he hasn't been here with us, remember?
Wait, their voice sounds familiar. Were they the one who yelled out at the morning meeting? I couldn't see who it was earlier through the crowd.
Oh, right. But what is it doing here? Alone. It's staring at us, Kess! What do we do?
I don't know, I don't remember Cap saying he would be taking care of anything today. But then again, I could barely see over the crowd at the meeting. I think it said in the report that it could understand some words.
Well, do something. I don't like the way it's staring at us.
I think we're going to stop there for today, because you're a bit over time.
Okay. Oh, damn, I'm so interested. I want to know what's going to happen.
Gotta say
man.
gotta say the character I was playing is a lot different than what I thought they'd be, but you know what? I love them.
you were eating up the scenery, K9. That was so good.
So good. So good.
You breathe life into
K9, you killed it. I love it.
Thank you for my
And I really like Sam's voice for the character as well.
Yeah. I love this dynamic already.
I was absolutely fucking losing it with your line delivery, K9. Like, literally.
So
I had
good.
to mute myself so I wouldn't fucking burst out laughing.
Yeah, I did too.
The screaming was so good.
Literally at some point, like, Milos goes, Zoinks, Kess!
literally, that killed me. That absolutely fucking killed me. Great job with that. Good job, everybody. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yay.
This is a
Fantastic
great
session.
Yay!
Sorry to kind of
Everybody
cut
did
it
so
off in the
good.
middle of the character introduction, but we've kind of gone.
Yeah,
bit
what
late
the
already.
fuck, Jackson?
You know, it's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Damn.
I want to spend more time
Listen.
with Screamy and Sleepy. The new dwarf.
Screamy and sleepy.
You know, to be fair, it was hard to listen while also focusing on Grand Blue.
Oh, a Grand Blue player?
You have
Get outta
activated
here.
the
I'm
Yugen.
already
You
on
can
the
don't
S
relapse.
rank.
Yes, that was that. We shall continue sometime after Christmas, probably.